What is up, beautiful souls? Saravá and Axé to you. I am so delighted to be looking into your beautiful smiling faces. Today is just a hectic day and I've got a little subject that I wanted to discuss with you. It's about creative witches, and there is more of that to come. But before I get started, I just wanted to welcome you here. It's so nice to be looking into your beautiful smiling faces. If you're new to my channel, please do hit that subscribe button, like this video and share it around because it helps our community grow organically, and it is something that is deeply appreciated from the bottom of my heart. Fun fact, driving down my driveway is literally something that deters me from leaving the property because it's just getting so freaking rugged and I'm terrified it's going to damage my vehicle. That would be awful. But steps are being taken to make sure that it is resolved soon. Nevertheless, we have got two neighbors that are warring with one another. It's all very exciting. It's got nothing to do with us. We're literally piggy in the middle for that one. And I had my beautiful neighbor down the road come up and drop off some homemade sausages. Sorry to all my vegan friends. And she was telling me all about it. And I was just shaking my head like, is this what it means to live in the country? Like feuding neighbors? It's all very exciting, and hopefully we stay right out of it because I don't like drama. This is my beautiful neighbor's backyard. I don't want to film it too much. But basically she does an epic amount of homesteading in just from her, you know, backyard. And I just think it's incredible. She's going to teach me how to make sourdough bread this week. So I'll take you along for that little excursion. But she jams and she homesteads and she just does the most incredible things. And I'm so impressed. I'm being held up by caravans right now. This is literally something that happens to me every time I leave my house. It's like incredible. We have a lot of caravan and RV people that come down this way because the place is absolutely beautiful and everyone wants to experience it. So it's actually really quite nice when you think about it. I'm here with my new gardening club. I'll come back to you with a name. It will be epic though. What are we gonna do? Fridays. Kels does permaculture. That's right. Right?
Studied it for 12 months. Yeah.
This is the neighbour that I was telling you about. And she does a bit of homesteading and all the other good stuff like jamming and like decanting and all that, like the preserving and all that good stuff. And so we're putting our own like country women's association together.
It's a new generation of country women. CWAY. Youth.
And that's happening. That's happening. I'm trying. I'm just talking about people who do use Instagram filters versus people who don't use Instagram filters, and I'm sitting here with two that don't. One doesn't even use Instagram at all. The other one just like, nah, just take my photos and put it up there. And I'm like, that's all well and good, but if you ever look at mine, they're like filtered. Nice. I'm trying a nashi pear. This is a nashi pear, and apparently I was just informed, little miss over here just informed me that nashi is the Japanese word for pear. So if you say nashi pear, you're saying pear pear. That's today's. Are delicious. That's today's vlog. Check the mail time. I'm pretty excited. I've got stuff coming. Mainly excited about the books that I've ordered. So hopefully some of them will begin to trickle in soon. You know how Book Depository is. I mean, we've spoken about that already. So exciting. Oh, woo. Right, so I wanted to talk to you about maker witches, creative witches, the making, creative, maker type of witch. Making sense? No? Okay. What I mean is witches who just about make everything, who like to make beautiful candles and soaps and oils and like tools, hardware, all that kind of stuff for witches or for themselves. The Make-A-Witch. I want to talk to the Make-A-Witch today. And I wanted to say that, you know, growing up in a third world country and being raised to be a witch, great emphasis, and I do mean this, great emphasis was placed on making, on DIY, on doing it yourself. There was a tremendous amount of pressure to make all of the time. I can't sustain this angle either. Let's just move and find a better one. I'm outside. But as I was saying, there was always a tremendous amount of pressure to make. And there was a magic to making, in truth. It was as though if you didn't make it with your own hands, it held no magic. It held no inherent power. And so after years and years and years of making, of having that ethos, if you will, drilled into me from when I was very little all the way until I was, you know, a young adult, it did something to me. It created an inward pressure that I didn't know would end up being a bit of a burden. Now, I absolutely love to make, and I believe it is an incredible privilege to make. And I still believe to this day that making a certain amount of your own products with your own hands is absolutely essential. But they are my own personal opinions, and those personal opinions are rooted in antiquity. At the end of the day, that's the truth of it. But these days, when I'm running hot all the time, I'm so busy, I feel this sense of remorse and almost guilt that I cannot make more. And making some of the products that were essential to my practice back home, that really make me feel connected to my roots, is both a pleasure and a pressure. And I know that that may seem odd, but there are items, there are ingredients that take months and sometimes even years to curate, and it's tedious work, and it's work that I just don't have the time to do. And so I feel like I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place, really. And that is because I can't access the types of ingredients that I need to make some of these things that I want to make. And I can also not find the time, the consistent amounts of time that I require in order to make these types of ingredients. And so I feel a little bit backed into a corner. And whenever I feel like this, I understand that it's my opportunity to diversify, to adapt, to, you know, just to change things up a little bit. And so I want to start to sample some of the more refined goods out there that are made by Make-A-Witches that I truly admire. I want to go out there and be able to find items that make me feel as though I'm playing around with my old world magics from back home. And this is not something that is very easy to do. I'm facing enormous, and I mean this, enormous import taxes and costs to bring things in, because the type of ingredient that I want to use in my practice is, like I said, unavailable to me here. I am potentially looking at growing some of it in my hothouse at the farm, and that is going to have to be something that I look at in future in order to make what I need a sustainable craft. But in the meantime, I really wanted to give a shout out to all the Make-A-Witches out there, because these are men and women that are out there, you know, indulging their passions and allowing us to participate in that passion by acquiring some of their wares, some of their creations, some of their magic. absolutely beautiful privilege to be able to make your own crafts. And so having access to, you know, incredibly skilled and adept maker witches is just a privilege of the modern era that I don't believe is celebrated anywhere near enough. Now, I know that there is a huge emphasis on make it yourself, and I know that there is a huge emphasis on not buying, not consistently buying, but there are times where it's just smart to buy, where it will actually save you resources and time also. And yes, time is a valuable resource, but everybody has a different relationship with time. There are those who have a lot of free time, and there are those that don't have any at all. And so time is a precious commodity. There are times where we have to outsource just to be able to get on with it. Do you know what I mean? I'm sure you know what I mean. But yes, I really wanted to put a little call out there, a little ode, a little show of gratitude and appreciation to the Maker Witch, to those who are out there crafting day in, day out to make my life a lot easier, my practice as a witch a lot easier. And I'm really interested in being able to find unique makers and creators to help to bring unique products into my practice, considering that I'm no longer prepared to go through the trouble of making all of it myself. I will still be making some, but not all. I have to sort of open myself up a little bit more, and I'm really looking forward to doing that. And the thing, I suppose, that really sort of, you know, put this idea in my head and got me thinking about this subject was Elder Crow's beautiful chakra spray, and how I know in my heart that I can't make something like that. Nor do I have the desire to make something like that, but I know that I can't. That's not my skill set right there. That is not my skill set. And that's okay. You know, my skill sets are wild and varied. I know this, but that is not amongst my skill set. And so it is such a privilege to be able to access such a quality product made by a maker and creator witch that lives and breathes his craft. And you know, and then I get to participate in that. And there are many others doing a similar thing. There are many, many others doing a similar thing. Each one more beautiful, each one more amazing, each one more unique. And I'm talking tools, not people, but people as well. You know what I mean? And so it's really important for us to be able to support our maker witches, our beautiful community of witches who make so many amazing things. And so if you can support your local witch, absolutely do consider that. If you can't support your local witch, then at least recommend your local maker witch, because it's just a nod of respect, really, at the end of the day. So, beautiful souls, with all of that said and done, I'm heading off for the day. It's been another really super duper big day. I've got a lot of editing to do. It's so late in the afternoon, but I wanted to share this little thought with you, and I hope that you have enjoyed what I've had to say on the subject. And if you have any, you know, incredible recommendations for amazing maker witches, please do list them in the comments below, because I'm always looking for amazing creative witches out there to peruse their lovely goods. So please do leave some names and some links or whatever. I don't think you can link here on YouTube, but, you know, names would be good. So there you have it. And that's it for me. I'm absolutely knackered. Oh, I'm so knackered right now. So I'm going to leave you here for today. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I'm sending you so much love, luck, peace, and joy. Mwah.